Hi, welcome to Marketing Management. I'm very excited to be teaching you this semester. And yeah, so let's get started. So we're going to start with chapter 1, which is an introduction to marketing. And in an effort to keep this presentation at a reasonable length, I may skip some slides, but that doesn't mean that it won't be in the test or the quiz. So make sure to review those as well. And you'll have a separate PDF for the slides as well. So let's get started. So what is marketing? Marketing is the activity, set of institutions, and processes for creating, capturing, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. So that's a big chunk of definition. It's actually the definition of marketing today by the American Marketing Association. But what it basically means is that marketing can be done by institutions or organizations or companies, and that it's meant to create some sort of value, also capture the value, communicate it, and deliver it. And this is just really referring to the 4 P's, which we will get into in this chapter, but more in depthly in other chapters to come. But it entails an exchange, and this is usually a transaction. So as a consumer, you tend to exchange money for a service or for a good, a product. So there's always an exchange happening in marketing, and that's not always money. It can also be information. But the focus of marketing is within that exchange, right? So what are the activities that lead to this exchange, and who is involved in it? So the core aspects of marketing, marketing helps create value. And we'll talk more about value, but when we say creating value, it means that when a company like Apple creates a new product, people tend to automatically place value in that product. That has a lot to do with branding as well. But the only reason that they sell their products is because as consumers, we believe in this product and we believe that it can have some sort of value into our lives, right? And the same thing happens with any company that makes a product. So that's how marketing can help create value. And it's not just about products, but a service. You go and get a haircut, which is much desired in these times, but you go and get a haircut because you place some value into that exchange, that you're willing to part with your money to get the service that is being offered to you. The same with going to a restaurant. So marketing is about satisfying customers' needs and wants. It's not supposed to be about creating the needs and wants of customers, right? But it is supposed to be helping customers satisfy these needs and wants. So it's helping them solve a problem. And as I mentioned earlier, marketing entails an exchange, and that is a big focus of marketing. So the parting of money for a goods or for information or services. Marketing requires product, price, place, and promotion decisions. And these are the 4 P's of marketing, which we'll get into later in this chapter. Marketing can be performed by both individuals and organizations. That means that you, as a person, can perform marketing as well. And marketing occurs in many different settings. So let's look at this ad. What group is the U.S. Marine Corps targeting with this ad? This ad was created in 2016, and it says, "Don't just earn a living." I'll give you a minute. Okay, so if you think this ad is targeting people who are looking for a purpose in life, it really isn't that. That wasn't the main purpose of this ad. The purpose of this ad was to attract more women into the U.S. Marine Corps. So they have this woman in a very cool uniform with all these gadgets, a helmet for a helicopter, which means that she was just probably flying this amazing machine, and they're trying to relate on the amazingness of the whole ordeal. And it says don't just earn a living, like find a purpose, but it's really targeted to women because there is a woman in this ad. So it was actually a very successful campaign, and it was very attractive for women. Now let's look at this one. This ad also targets women here, but in the 1963. So this was in a brochure, and it wanted to invite women to join the U.S. Marine Corps in many different roles. So as you can see here, there's women with many different uniforms. However, think about whether you think this ad is effective or not. They wanted to use this ad to kind of highlight to women that if you join the U.S. Marine Corps, that you'll be able to wear these pretty different, colorful outfits. And that was their way of trying to attract women in 1963, which is extremely different to their way of trying to attract women in the last ad, right? Like giving them up, like with the actual tagline of "Don't just earn a living," it's a lot more powerful. So this really goes to show as how much marketing has changed in 60 years. Basically, marketing changes with society. So we've seen recent trends of change, and this is just on the promotion side, but there's more to marketing than just advertising, which we'll get into. Just wanted to show you how it evolves with us. So marketing requires product, price, place, and promotion decisions. And these are the 4 P's of marketing. So you have product, and this is how companies create value. Price is how companies will capture the value into a specific amount, which is what it's worth. And then place is how they deliver the value. So where will you find this product? Where in the store? Where on the shelf? Are you going to find it online or in stores? If so, which ones? And then promotion, and that's what we tend to see the most. It's the communication of the value. And if you think about it, it is the only side that as consumers we're pretty much aware of, unless we do some research. But promotion is just one part of marketing. Marketing entails all these other decisions that you will see here. So creating value is part of the product aspect, because it's just the actual embodiment of the thing that is being sold. But it doesn't have to be just a product. A good. It entails goods, services, and ideas. The reason we call it product is because it really fit nicely into the 4P scheme. But when we talk about product in this class, I don't mean just the actual physical good, but I mean this can be a good, a service, or an idea. And it's the fundamental purpose of marketing is to create value by developing a variety of offerings, including goods, services, and ideas to satisfy customer needs. Price is when you capture the value proposition. So price is everything a buyer gives up. So this could be money, time, energy in exchange for the product, right? So we do say time is money. So how much a customer is willing to pay and what profit can be made. There's a lot of different pricing strategies that are aimed to getting some profit out of a profit margin from a particular product or service and whatnot. So it depends on what strategy companies want to use. And we'll get into that in chapter 14. And place is delivering the value proposition. So place affects everything from the supply chain management, which we'll get into in chapter 15, and it describes all the activities necessary to get the product to the right customer when the customer wants it. So where would you find this product in the store is part of place as well. So is it at the back with all the drinks, or is it at the front as well in the fridges where you can just grab it and go? It matters. And then promotion is the communication of the value proposition. So marketing communication is meant to inform, persuade, and or remind potential buyers about a product or service to influence their opinions. So there's different types of advertisements. For instance, this ad here, it has a different appeal. So Dolce & Gabbana want to appeal to their consumers by saying that they're youth and style and they have a sex appeal, right? So maybe people that think, oh, maybe if I use this perfume, like I'll be able to have some of these attributes as well that I see in this ad, because this is what this product ad represents in the product. So marketing can be performed by individuals and organizations. So you have B2B, so business to business marketing, business to consumer, which is the most common form that we'll probably see in this class. And then you have C2C, customer to customer. So have you ever purchased anything from Etsy or sold anything on Let Go or on any other app, eBay? This is customer to customer marketing. And marketing impacts various stakeholders. So who are stakeholders? These are people that have certain expectations from companies, right? And this is everyone from not just the customer, but the employees that work in the company, the supply chain, everyone that is in their supply chain, meaning the manufacturers, the agents, the wholesalers, and the retailers that sell the products. And also society at large too is a stakeholder. Imagine when we see companies, when we see oil spills from these large oil companies, they have to answer to society at a large as well. But that's just like an extreme example. It's anything from how they do their business, how it affects society, what are they doing for society that is positive. And we've seen that a lot as a growing trend, where companies do actually try to do things for society that will also improve their image. So marketing has been through several eras. So we have the production era, which when people were just making products, and there was so much supply. And then in order to sell all this supply, happened that like the sales era, people were out and going on cross country selling products, and we've seen that as the traveling salesman era, when people believe that a good product would just sell itself without any consideration into what customers really wanted or needed. And then we went into the marketing era, which focused on just that. And now we're in the value-based marketing. So it means implementing a marketing strategy according to what customers value. This cookie, for instance, is focused on value-based marketing. So it's Milano, and if you've been to the grocery store, I'm not sure how much it is, but it's not more than around $4, maybe $5. But it's a grocery store cookie, so it's not that expensive, and it's also not that high end. However, they want to appear to be that way by describing their luxurious ingredients in a very nice way. Pure dark chocolate, light exquisite cookie. It makes the cookie seem a bit more like high end, right? High priced. So people that want to feel like a bit high end might purchase this cookie instead of purchasing a Chips Ahoy at the grocery store that won't really give you that value as the Milano cookie will. Now have so much power as consumers to say what we really want and what we need and what we expect companies to do and to not do, because we have social media. And social media really gave a voice to consumers and really shifted the power scheme. So now the consumers have a lot more power than ever before. And that means that companies are striving to be online, to have a mobile presence, so that they can access consumers more effectively and have a better communication with them and a better relationship with them. So you might want to check yourself with these points on your own time. It could be a good way to keep you focused on the main ideas of this chapter. Okay, we'll end here. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. I'd be happy to go and check that for you. Any questions about the chapter or anything in the class. Thank you so much for listening today, and stay tuned for other lectures.